Hello and welcome to Dynamic DCUO. Valmy here. So let's say maybe you're new to the game and you didn't want to grind up through all the levels and you saw that nifty button that says advance your character level to 255 or whatever it might be at the time you watch this video. And you say, yeah, let's do that. And you hit that button and next thing you know, you're playing all that high tier content and you got your character all spiffed out and at higher levels, but things seem to be getting more and more difficult. And then somebody tells you about skill points and feats, and you realize that you only have like 100 skill points or something. And you're like, oh crap, what do I do? How do I suddenly get a bunch of feats? Well, there's good news and bad news there. Good news is there are ways to get feats, but there's not an easy little button you can push just like the character advance. But there are some things you can do to make it a little bit easier. And I have here one of my villains, Bad Love, who I had done the character advance to 210 back when that was a freebie, and I have not done anything with her, so she's a good example. As far as skill points, she's got 92, 93 skill points, so that'll be a good example. So I want to show you some of these things, and the first thing I want to do is show you how to get to your skill points. And from most any on the PC anyway, from most any of your menus that you hit, whether it's inventory or whatnot, you can go down here and hit the little trophy icon for deeds and come up here and click on feats. And you'll see a progress overview here that'll show you some of the ones that are completed. And a lot of these are the ones they give you for the advance. But what you need to do is just go through each of these sections one by one and look for things that you can do or want to do. And there's a lot of different things that you can hit in there. Simple things for doing some races, some of the collectibles, artifacts, lots of things, tons of things in styles that you can get off the broker or even just running around in the watchtower or the Hall of Doom. And one of those I want to give you an example of right now. I'm standing next to vending unit 00 and across from him is vending unit 22. Now these vendors are great because um, for 10 marks apiece, source marks, you can get an item. And each of these items are for different styles, and a lot of these are strictly hero or villain styles. But as you capture the whole style, then you'll get a feat for that style. Now the 22 vendor does the same thing, but his items are a little more expensive, 70 per item. But again, you get the whole set, and these can be some substantial feats like 50 points. And in the Hall of Doom, this is located between the Meta Wing and the Magic Wing. In the Watchtower, it can be these same two vendors will be found between the Tech Wing and the Meta Wing, in the same area where you would pick up the spring events from Swamp Thing. So look for them there. That's a really good way to get some feats and skill points. The other thing would be events. Um, if you go to your Y menu, your on duty menu, right now we've got Lowe's Battlefield going on, but there's a lot of events that offer feats related to events. For example, um, just to show you, seasonal. Each seasonal event has tons of different things you can do, whether it's collecting base items, styles, this, that, and the other. Running the events is a great thing to do for feats as well as for making money because you can get the extra base items or collections and sell them on the broker. And then use that broker money you just made to turn around and buy styles or emblems and collections and things like that. So you want to go through everything on here, even in the episodes that you may have passed over. There's speed feats and not getting knocked down feats and all kinds of little things that you can pick up along those lines. So that's kind of a real quick viewpoint on how to grab your feats and build them up. If you're part of a big league, then they probably are doing things related to feats. If you're not, then you got to do like I was showing you and go through those menus and hit those different various and sundry things. Just going through some of those old duos, um, they give you the feats for accomplishing the duo, but then there's other feats for speed runs and things like that. So just look at each of those feat items. Again, that would be for most any of your menus. If you hit the trophy icon and go up to feats, and then you can go down and pick into the individual ones, whether it's seasonal, metal, whatever it might be. Seasonal or episodes or whatever. Now in the Watchtower, you can find the vending unit 22 and the vending unit 00 here in this little corner of the southeast bit of the Watchtower. And it's right between the Meta Wing and the Tech Wing. And that'll be where Swamp Thing appears during the spring event as well. The respec stations are over here, and old hairstylist Cammy. So you know where to find them. Now, how many skill points do you need? The old rule of thumb was that you needed to have as many skill points as your CR level or more. When did I fudge that a bit? So we've kind of used 150 as our baseline for any of the higher content. And to make that scalable, the math I came up with is to figure 150 is your base if you're going to be dealing at level 250 or above. But otherwise, figure between 0.5 and 3/4 of your CR level should be how many skill points you should have. And you can always have more, obviously, but that's kind of your lower to mid range to give you the competitive edge that you're looking for. So I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And as I always say, happy gaming.